Hello BIO178, I hope you are all having a good day so far. What we are going to cover in this video is another one of our proposal work installments, and here specifically we're going to focus on that next step after you've written that approach section, which is the anticipated results. So really why this section is so important is because this type of anticipated results statement is something that helps convince the reviewers of the proposal that you have the strong potential to be a successful scientist. So if we're thinking about quote unquote for reals, this GRFP program, what they're trying to do is identify students who have strong potential to be successful scientists, not only in grad school, but also in their future career. So what you're trying to do when you're writing these statements is make as best of a case as you can to convince these reviewers that you do have that potential. And this image I'm showing here on the right, this is a bit of an aside, but I wanted to show a picture. I was looking for a picture to include on this slide. I Googled scientist cartoon, and this brought me to this information related to this article that's linked here on the bottom. And they have done some really interesting studies. Again, this is a little bit off topic, but I think it's interesting and in a way relevant. They've done studies where they've asked children to draw what scientists look like, and it used to be that all the children drew white men. And that's one of the big pushes in science now, is to make sure we are recruiting a diverse group of students, that next generation, to become scientists. And so there have been a bunch of different efforts, and so now they've redone some of the studies, and some students are now drawing more females, which is great. We still have some work to do in terms of drawing scientists that are more diverse in other aspects, but I just think this is interesting. This is actually related to a program that I participate in called Letters to a Pre-Scientist, where I am paired up with a student and we write letters back and forth throughout the year, and the idea is just to expose these students to what scientists look like and help them understand what the career is and how a diverse variety of people can become scientists. So again, that's an aside, but this anticipated results statement, what it's doing is helping demonstrate that you've put thought into this proposal and you yourself thus have the potential to be a successful scientist. So for this particular module, these are the learning outcomes, or again, the things that you'll be able to do by the time you complete this module. The first thing is you'll be able to identify the anticipated results in an example proposal excerpt. So we're gonna give you an example and have you first identify what the anticipated results are to help you make sure you understand what type of information should be included. And then what you'll do is compose a one-sentence anticipated results statement for each of your previously proposed research aims. And if you notice, this is relatively short, one sentence, right? So I've actually adjusted this from how I used to teach this previously, and you'll notice this is actually different from the proposal that I submitted when I submitted my GRFP proposal. I was reading through some more recently funded ones, and I think just one sentence is sufficient and appropriate. So we'll go through that more in the next video, but just as a heads up, that's what you'll be writing for this week. And that is related to this main assignment, where, remember, overall for your specific aims, you have two aims, aim 1, aim 2. For each of those aims and the associated approach sections that you wrote, what you're going to do is tack on to the end of that approach section one sentence for each aim that describes anticipated results. And of course, why is this relevant? Why do we care about it? This is important to write a successful GRFP proposal, and hopefully this is also a skill that can serve you in other classes or other future careers that you might embark on after Sac State as well.